just because of a few reminders in front of relatives. The son argued loudly with his father, making the atmosphere of the death anniversary meal heavy. But soon after, an unexpected incident happened that made him realize the painful lesson about father-son love. In a small village by the river, there lived Mr. Ho's family, a gentle man who worked hard all his life to raise his children. He was not rich, he only worked as a carpenter. But everyone in the village respected him because he was kind, honest and compassionate. His wife died early. Mr. Hua raised his only son named Deng by himself. Deng was obedient since childhood. But when he grew up, studied well, worked for a company in the city, and gradually became arrogant, the more successful he became, the less Deng returned to his hometown to visit his father, only occasionally sending money. Mr. Hua did not care about money, only hoping that his son would come home on the weekend to have a simple meal with him. But Deng was always busy. One day, Mr. Hua called Deng, "Son, come back to your hometown this weekend. Our village is having an ancestor's death anniversary. Come back to see your relatives. Also to keep the relationship." Deng reluctantly said, "Dad, I'm very busy. Family matters are not necessary. Everyone has to take care of their own lives now. Why gather in large numbers?" Mr. Hua gently said, "My child, in life you must have roots. Money can be earned again, but once lost, love is hard to find." Finally, Deng agreed to go home, but he was not happy. On the anniversary, all relatives gathered at Mr. Ho's house. The atmosphere was warm, but Deng appeared cold, only focused on his phone, not talking to anyone. When the meal was served, Mr. Hua happily introduced, "This is my son, now working at a big company in the city, also very successful." A relative smiled gently and said, "You are very good. But remember to visit your father often. He is alone at home. Very sad." That seemingly harmless remark made Deng uncomfortable. He growled, "I still send money to my father every month. I don't want him to lack anything. Why does everyone keep mentioning me going back to my hometown? Nowadays, being busy is more valuable than gold and silver." Mr. Hua was silent, trying to dispel the heavy atmosphere. "Deng, you shouldn't say that. People only remind you out of pity." Deng was upset, right in front of the whole table, and said, "Dad is always old-fashioned. I have to worry about work and career. I can't always be by your side. Don't always use family ties to tie me down." The room suddenly became silent. Relatives looked at each other in bewilderment. Mr. Hua was stunned, his eyes red. He had never thought that his son would argue with his father in front of strangers like that. The relatives whispered, some shook their heads, some sighed. At that moment, the unexpected happened. Deng sat down quickly, accidentally spilling the hot soup on his feet. He cried out in pain, his face red. His relatives rushed to help. But everyone thought to themselves, could this be the immediate retribution for disrespecting his father? Mr. Hua did not blame his son, but hurriedly took a towel and medicine to apply on Deng. Trembling as he said, "Are you in a lot of pain?" "I'm sorry, I was so careless." Seeing his father busy worrying about him, Deng choked up. His heart ached. Just a few minutes ago, he was yelling and embarrassing his father in front of his relatives. But now, his father was still only worrying about him, without a word of reproach. That night, Deng tossed and turned, unable to sleep. The image of his gaunt, old father, his calloused, trembling hands bandaging him kept appearing. Childhood memories flooded back, his father carrying him across the stream on a rainy day. His father staying up all night doing carpentry to earn money to buy books. His father silently watching him leave the countryside for the city and crying. Dung realized that he had changed since he had some success. He mistakenly thought that money could replace love and his presence. But his father did not need much money. He just needed his son by his side. Needed a simple meal. Needed simple greetings. The next morning, while everyone was still asleep, Dung quietly walked out into the yard and saw his father sweeping the leaves. He was as gentle as ever. Not mentioning the events of yesterday, Dung approached, his voice trembling. "Father, I'm sorry. Yesterday I was hot-tempered and said the wrong things. Please don't be angry with me." Mr. Wah smiled, his eyes filled with love. "I am not angry with you. You are young. Sometimes you are under pressure. I understand. I just hope you remember one thing. Money can be earned. But your parents will not be with you forever. Don't let one day you regret being so careless." Hearing those words, Dung hugged his father, tears welling up in his eyes. He silently promised to change, to spend more time back home, to make it up to his father with his sincere feelings. Since then, Dung has really changed. He often visits his father, eats meals together, talks together, and does carpentry together like in the old days. Relatives are happy to see him and feel the connection rekindled. Parents do not expect their children to be as successful or rich as everyone else, but only expect their children to be respectful, filial, and faithful. A harsh word can hurt parents, but a sincere hug can heal everything. If you find this story touching, please share your feelings in the comments section. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to spread more meaningful stories, reminding us to cherish our parents while we still can.